Hi guys, this is Ruthie with the Popo Backyard Farm. I have a pretty exciting video today. I'm going to talk more about my meal planning, but on my meal planning are some of my goals and some things I want to talk to you guys about, which may help you in your life. So what I do is I just set up my meal plan. This one I'm only doing for 2 weeks because I think we need to slink out to the grocery store because of the things that we need. So I'm going to just give you a rundown of how we're going to survive. Now, I could survive longer if I want to eat soup and eggs all month, but I know that Clay and I will probably go grocery shopping before then because there's some things that we need to get. So, anyway, for Thursday, starting tomorrow, because I confess I didn't do a meal plan for the last 2 days. The last few days, things just got busy. So anyway, the morning we're going to have English muffins. Lunch, I'm going to send Clay to work with a ham sandwich and some vegetables. We always have tons of vegetables. And at night we're going to have like a tuna salad and grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup. And the idea is that Clay takes that tuna salad the next day for lunch, which is, if you're new to menu planning or planning your groceries, it's always good to make enough food the night before so your husband can take the food or you yourself the next day to work. Okay, so in the morning we're going to have eggs and bagels. Then we're going to have I'm going to have, this is a lunch again, either tuna salad or tuna sandwich. And then at night we're going to have chicken and biscuits, which I think, I don't know, I was scribbling on the biscuits there. And then Sunday, or Saturday rather, is just going to be a grab day because I know we got a lot of things that we've got to run, so I didn't even bother planning the meal for that day. And I know we have enough food for that. Okay. Sometimes our meal plans don't always work out too because what happens is Clay and I do not eat all the food that's on here. That happens a lot because we're just not hungry or something. And kind of surprising considering that we're both kind of, I'm overweight and Clay's and I are both overweight right now, but we're both losing weight. That's probably why. So anyway, Sunday is cornflakes and eggs. Clay loves that, and it's easy to make before church. And then after church, we're going to have grilled cheese and soup. I try to make something simple after church so I'm not running around and we're coming in the door starving. I have low blood sugar, so it's really important that I eat as soon as I can. And I know I'm out of peanut butter and jelly, so I got to be quick of that meal. And then on Sunday night, we're going to have just noodles and sauce. And that's just, I don't even put meat in it. We just have noodles and sauce for that meal. And then I just wrote some notes on the side. I'll just read these to you quick. I noticed that in this area that a lot of people don't have, like, I hate to say it this way, like a poverty mentality. Everybody feels poor, acts poor, and all that stuff. And it's just, I came from, the sales background and business background and all that kind of stuff. And so I just noticed that, and I noticed that I was picking up the attitude of, oh, gee, I don't have anything. And I said, this is not right. I know that I'm successful. I know that I'm, strong and I know how to, handle myself. So I am not going to allow myself to, get to that point where I feel like, oh, because a lot of times you become like the people you're closest to. I love everybody out here. There's a lot of farmers that make a lot of money. There's people out here that make a lot of money, but it's just, for some reason, I just started feeling that way. So I said, I got to snap out of this. So I am taking myself to another level. So I just said, financially strong, mentally. And then I wrote, draw pictures of my dreams. Okay, so like, I don't know if you've ever done this, but like, coming from background business, a lot of people draw and take pictures of their dreams and all that stuff. So I've been thinking a lot about drawing because I enjoy drawing, although my pictures today are just scribbles. But, if I can't find a picture or can't go through magazines to find something, I know it sounds a little silly, but it does help. Like when you're trying to lose weight, don't put a picture of yourself real heavy on the refrigerator. Put a picture of yourself skinny. If you were skinny before, put a picture of yourself skinny there. If you weren't skinny, drop a new picture of yourself. So basically, I'm trying to like get back to my dreams and goals of what I want in life, because most people will fulfill their dreams if they have that in front of them, and it's just the way it is. It's very biblical if you're a church person. The Bible says write the dream, make it plain, and all that. So if you know where you're heading, you know, and I also wrote think. The reason I wrote think is so everybody feels like they have to be doing something all the time, and when everything is quiet around them, they kind of get the attitude like there's something wrong with that. And I was going through that too because it's quiet here. I'm alone a lot, and I keep myself company by watching vlogs and stuff like that. And then sometimes Clay watches shows that I like, and then sometimes I can't hear them because maybe I'm doing laundry or something. So it was like, what do I do with my thinking time, So, I mean, I know I can pray and things like that, but sometimes that's the time when you get quiet, uh, you just, like for me personally, I can get quiet and then all of the blue, like maybe you get a thought that's just like, oh yeah, that's a great idea, and talking from the Christian point of view, God may be speaking to me, some thoughts I hate to say it this way, I'm just not smart enough, I say to myself, to think that on my own. So, I just say that in general, that sometimes it's good just to be real quiet and just give yourself some time to think, pray, whatever. So that I wrote for me, so I can say, just when I'm quiet, just enjoy the time that maybe I can just quietly think and just kind of be. All right, now I wrote the next meal plan the next week, because this is going to bring me for the next 2 weeks. I have French toast on Monday. Clay likes French toast, so that's a good meal. And then eggplant with sauce for lunch, because I have to dehydrate and all that. So it may end up being for supper, but I wrote it down there. And then I wrote eggs and pepper and onion. So that may be my lunch or the eggplant. I'm not sure. That's just, bringing in another thing that Clay and I like. And then for the morning, we're going to have pancakes. Then I wrote eggs for lunch, and there's a reason. And like I'm gonna try to eat, and I'll show you this on my calendar too. It's like eggs and tuna. My mom used to bake it up together, and I'll tell you, sometimes I think I just need a protein boost because of the low sugar. So and give me some more energy. So I think I'm gonna try to eat more eggs. My sister told me that, I don't know if it was her doctor or what, that if you eat 2 eggs a day, something like that, it's easier to lose weight because you get the protein that you need. Okay, supper's going to be like, we like noodles mixed with like cream of something soup and add tuna, like a tuna casserole type thing, is what that's gonna be. And then Thursday, we're going to have eggs with toast in the morning. Lunch is that eggs tuna thing for me. Clay's eating the leftovers on these days. And then for supper, this is kind of funny. It may change, but I wrote eggs with grits because Clay, I don't think he likes grits. I don't think someone has ever cooked them right for him. Um, so one of the few things that maybe I do know how to make, but I don't know if he'll like them. But I thought maybe I'd make some eggs and grits. But this may change depending on how much leftovers we're picking up through the week. I mean, if I have tons of sausage, which I think I will, I may just make it eggs and sausage or just sausage and something, only because I know that there's no way we're going to eat all that sausage. And let's see. On Friday, we're going to have waffles. And in the morning, then eggs and tuna the night before, which probably, like I said, be sausage in that somehow. As I'm talking, I'm realizing I need to add that because I don't know how. I try not to make Clay eat like too many breakfast type dinners at night. And then that night, we're going to have soups and vegetables and stuff because the next day's errand day. And then getting back into my little things I put on my calendar, I wrote bake something the next 2 weeks because I've been wanting to bake and I haven't done it. And I wrote read a cookbook because I love recipes and I'd rather read a cookbook sometimes than a regular book. I do a lot of reading. I'm slacking off on my reading a little bit only because there's some other things that I want to do right now, and reading, I love to read, but I have some other goals. I guess I might as well tell you guys that because you guys know a lot about me anyway, is that I've got an app on my Bible, and I can listen to my Bible, so I'm trying to, like, read through my Bible, like, twice a month, or once a week, or you can read the entire Bible in 80 hours, So I'm just trying to do that this year. It's just something I'm doing. It doesn't make me any more spiritual than anybody else. It's just that I have the time to do that right now. And so I know it's like something I like to do, so I figured, hey, this guy got an app, so I'm just when I as much as I can, I like to listen. So, you know, that's just, like I've been raised in the church, so you're gonna, like I said, this is a vlog about our lives, so you may not agree with everything that we do, but to me, it's the greatest book that's ever been written. So why wouldn't I want to really study and know all that I can, and like I said, I base my life on the Bible. So anyway, let's going on to the next portion here. All right, this is me being chubby. Ruthie, drink water and eat those tuna and eggs, because I love that tuna and egg thing my mother used to make. My mother's wonderful. She's really good. I talk to her like every day. I love her. She's 85, so she was born in 1930, so I guess she will be 85 this year. So anyway, I'm going to make that and drink lots of water because I want to get this weight off. Then I wrote, plant some seeds. Now, I don't know if you guys remember that I had the video on how I got all those flower seeds, because I knew that once the weather got like, the clouds start getting darker and stuff, and I like plants, I might plant some seeds. I mean, hey, why not? Who knows? Maybe something will grow. They won't have a lot of light, but I have some spots that I can stick some seeds under, and if they grow, they grow, and if they not, I bought them for 2 cents at the dollar store. So, just a little tip: if you need seeds at the end of the season, Dollar General, they'll sell you seeds at 2 cents. Okay, now I said, where will I be in 2016? And I also wrote, read a motivational book every week. So, I mean, that's another book I can read too, because I do like to read. But you don't want to be at the same place you were this year. I'm on my pet peeve about this stuff. This is why I don't like drugs and all that kind of stuff, because, example, people that, you know, like I said, this is just my, how I feel. I don't like that, because a lot of times people do drugs and 20 years later they're still where they were at 16. It's like they never grow. And it's not just drugs. In life, some people they just stay at the same spot year after year, year after year. They never change. They're always the same. And, you know, sometimes that's the greatest thing that can happen, or the worst thing that can happen to you, is to never change, to always be in the same place that you were before. You never move ahead. You're always the same thing, and you never grow. It's like if you're a kid, if your baby's beautiful when it's a baby, but if they were always a baby, you'd want them to grow. So you want to grow, you want to be better, you want to do. I'm not saying like put so much stuff on you that you can't think. I'm talking about, realistically sitting down, because we're getting close to the new year, and thinking, where do I want to be in 2016? I want to be skinny. I've been at the same place long enough. I want to be skinny now. There's goals that I have for my life that I want to change. And, and I don't, I want it to be real. I want to be better than I was before. Now, I'm not saying that everybody should take my goals, but look at your life and say, this is where I want to be in 2016 this time next year. And what I do in my daily planner, which this is my planner, and it's getting thick and full, and I don't have a planner like a planner that I work from. I have a file cabinet. And the reason I say that is I take my months out, put them in the file cabinet. My daddy told me, he goes, I didn't do all the things. He goes, my dad was, before he passed away, he goes, I didn't get to do all the things I've done in my life. I mean, my dad was amazing. He did so many things. He owned businesses. He invented stuff. He was sought out by companies to do things. And, he was just amazing. I asked Daddy one time, I said, Dad, how did you learn to do all those things? He said, I just prayed and asked God to show me. That's what my dad told me. So, I pray for creative ideas. So next year, I want to be different than I am this year. I want to be better. It may just be that I get thinner this year. It may just change my mental state out of this, oh, well, I'll never get ahead. There's no work out here. The only work out here is factory work. And There's no sense of fashion out here. This is me talking as a city girl that's gone into the country. Not that I don't love my new lifestyle, because I do love it. But, and I don't look back and wish, oh, I wish I could be in the rat race. It's not that either. It's just that this day and age, with the internet and everything, I mean, there are so many opportunities. I mean, to me, homesteading is like, wow, it's like God saved the best to last. I mean, my life is amazing. I'm learning how to can, sew, cook. Some of these things I learned a little bit when I was a kid, but now I can master it because I'm home. I have the time to do those things. Yes, I'm busy. Yes, I know that there's lots that I need to do. But boy, there's so many more things, and not then I can learn it and teach others. And who says it's like I say to some people, who told you that? Who says that if you live on a backyard farm and everybody around you, does something a certain way? Who says that I can't create my own sense of fashion that looks acceptable? I mean, honestly, I would look kind of silly with some of the outfits that I've worn before. I would definitely not fit in. And I love everybody out here. I love living out here. I feel like I'm in that middle land. I don't belong there. I don't belong here. I'm just talking straight, okay? So, but the thing about it but I'm right where I'm supposed to be right now. I'm in that middle place and I'm going forward. It's like, okay, so, think of people like Dolly Parton. She's country, so to speak, but she looks nice. She looks good. Faith Hill. I can still look pretty and nice. I don't have to sit there and wear rags. I'm laughing when I say that, but in the same sense, I can still do my hair pretty and do things, but I don't have to be feel like I'm in poverty. And also too, you know, I don't want to change anybody because I love everybody the way they are. I don't want to change my world. I just want to adjust and be the best Ruthie I can be in this world. And have my husband Clay be the best Clay. When I saw all the talents that Clay has, it's amazing. He has taught me so much. And like I said, I love my lifestyle. And there's so many people that are taking up homesteading and they have a view of what it should be like. Make it be who you are and fit yourself into that world. It doesn't mean you got to live out in the middle. It's like use the modern conveniences. It doesn't mean you got to live out in the woods. And I'm not saying it's wrong if you do. You got to do what's best for you. But I'm saying that, man, I love running water. I like perfume. I like pretty things. But I don't feel like here's the other part of that. Like on the other side, I like pretty things, but I was talking to Clay about this morning a little bit. I like pretty things, but I can give up some pretty things if it means I'm going to get a new greenhouse. I don't mind, learning how to, change up some of my clothing to make it look more like me if I have, my style. If I can get a new garden in or I can get a new mixer because I love those things. And I feel like because I work so much, it wasn't that I was cheated. It was that God saved the best to last. It was like now that I'm older, I can sit there and I can enjoy the cooking and the baking and the cleaning and all those fun things that when I was younger, I couldn't do those things. I had to hire things out because I had to work all the time, and bosses want you to work all the time if they find that, you can do things for them that make them money. But that being said, I don't want to get into too much of a big thing about that. It's like, dream big for 2016. Make it your dream. Don't make it anyone else's dream. Do what you want. I'm not saying it's wrong to want to live out in the middle of the woods. If that's your dream, you should go for it. If you want to grind your own grain and all that, go for it. But doesn't mean that how do I put it? It doesn't mean that you have to do something just because somebody else did it. You got to make your dreams your dream. You know, we want to promote farming at my house, and I want to, help other people get into farming. I think it's a wonderful adventure. There's so many people are getting into it, and I want them to get into it knowledgeable and in the right way, so they know what they're doing. So they're not just getting into it and just following bad patterns that maybe, like the lady said one time. Joyce Myers talks about this. Um, some mother would cut her ham in half every time she cooked it. And the daughter asked her why she cut the ham in half. She goes, I don't know. That's how my mom taught me to do it. So they went and asked the mother, why'd you cut your ham in half? She goes, I don't know why you do it, but I did it because my pan wasn't big enough. So, set some new ground rules, get out there and be the example for other people. And so with that, your meal plan can be so much more than a meal plan. When you look at your meal plan can be your visions and your goals, and you can just sprinkle throughout your life little activities that you do that make you a stronger person. I mean, I've heard of women pasting scriptures on their, soap, joy, dishwashing soap. The joy of the Lord is my strength. Well, you may or may not be a Christian. You could put something on there, whatever I do it joyfully. But, I mean, to me, it's like most successful principles that I have found are Bible based somewhere. But all I'm saying is, everything that you do, out in your garden, when you're out there, think about your dreams and goals. Take the time, all your activities. So that's what I guess I'm sharing is my meal plan. But it's more than just a meal plan. And then I'll file this, and then I'll look at it next year, and I'll say, what were my goals? Did I, was I successful? Maybe I got out of the mentality of feeling like I was poor, and maybe this year I got into the mentality of, man, I think I'm going to become a millionaire. I mean, I don't know if being a millionaire is all that. I've had money before, but maybe I can, help somebody else get out of a financial rut. Maybe that's will be my next year's goal is to teach people how to manage their money so that, they can make a little money, so that they don't feel like, wow, all I ever do is work and never get paid, So that being said, build on your dreams. Enjoy your meal plans. Make your meal plan exciting. Like, wow, I can hardly wait to go see what's on my meal plan today. So, anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Little lengthy, but I think it's good information, especially since we're going into 2016. And this is our vlog, so that's kind of who I am. A little bit more personal than normal, but maybe it's something to think about. And one of the reasons I said, and I'll leave this on the note, why on my updates, I said I'm not teaching this year PR, because really, if you have good content, meaning if you make yourself full of stuff, people will come. You don't need to be chasing people down and all that. If you do what's right and work on you, people will come to your channel and find you. And if they don't, oh well, maybe they weren't supposed to be the people that is to be with you. Because at the end of the day, if you change some lives for the better, I mean, I love watching the vlogs. Some of the vlogs I love the most don't have hardly any people on them. And that doesn't mean anything. It just means people haven't found them yet. And I'm not saying it's wrong to promote your YouTube, but I'm saying a little of everything is good. A little of everything. So, anyway, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. God bless.